inside the race to kill an invasive menace, before it gets to a town near you. Please subscribe my channel, like, share and press the bell button. Scientists are experimenting with new ways to kill the spotted lanternfly, a worrisome threat to plants such as wine grapes and beer hops. Pittsburgh hits a cool, drizzly Sunday morning in fall 2022, but that hasn't stopped more than 66,000 fans from showing up to see the Steelers take on the New York Jets. At the stadium entrance, the smell of charcoal briquettes fill the air, while portable speakers blast music from innumerable tailgate parties. Nearly everyone is wearing black and gold to support the home team, even the entomologist currently scraping putty-like egg masses off a maple tree on a street just outside the stadium. "Ma'am, that bag is not going to be allowed to go in," barks a blue-jacketed security official. "Oh, I'm not going in, I'm just looking at the tree," laughs Michelle Duens, an assistant professor of biology at St. Vincent College in southwestern Pennsylvania. Inside the turquoise backpack in question, Duens has a dozen vials of ethanol, each brimming with euthanized spotted lanternflies captured along her walk to the stadium. As she plucks another handful of bumblebee-sized bugs off a branch, Duens explains that she's harvesting lanternflies from around the region, including New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania, to analyze their genetics and determine how they are moving across the United States. Ultimately, each specimen will be entered into the Spotted Lanternfly Invasion Archive. Native to China, this striking, black and red planthopper showed up in the U.S. for the first time in 2014, perhaps stowed away on an international shipment of decorative stone bound for Berks County in eastern Pennsylvania. The species has also been found in South Korea and Japan. Read how invasive species are taking hold in U.S. national parks. Over the last 9 years, spotted lanternflies, which use their straw-like mouthparts to slurp the juices out of trees, have colonized 51 counties within the Keystone State and established satellite populations in 14 other states, from Connecticut and North Carolina as far west as Indiana. They've also invaded the public consciousness. In 2020, a spotted lanternfly crawled across President Joe Biden's shoulder at a campaign stop in Wilmington, Delaware. And in October 2022, the species made a guest appearance on Saturday Night Live. As the insect spreads, it has the potential to wreak havoc on crops and other agriculture, feeding on over 70 different kinds of plants and trees in the U.S. alone. They have a taste for certain species, namely tree of heaven, also an invasive species from Asia, as well as native species, such as black walnut, several species of maple, hops, and grapevines. Containing lanternfly infestations. The spotted lanternfly, Lycorma delicatula, was first discovered in Berks County, Pennsylvania, in 2014. Since then, infestations have been reported in 171 counties. In an attempt to contain the spread, most infested states have established quarantines that prohibit transporting the pest and infested items, such as plant material and outdoor equipment. County with infestation. About this map. Data as of August 14, 2023. Katie Armstrong, Ingstaff. Source: NYSIPM, PA Department of Agriculture. While lanternflies do not appear to kill most trees outright, as was initially feared, large aggregations can affect plant health, which is especially concerning to the wine and beer industries. Worst of all, the spotted lanternfly is a skilled hitchhiker, able to cling to surfaces that travel at high speed, such as cars and trains. An egg clutch, which contains between 30 to 50 eggs, can survive months of extreme weather and cold on a variety of surfaces, such as tree bark or the side of a shipping container. Just look at these abdomens. They're super swollen, says Duens, holding up a female lanternfly with her outer wings splayed to reveal the vibrant red markings underneath. They've got to be just full of eggs. As spectators chant and funnel into the tree-lined stadium, the day starts to warm, which is when spotted lanternflies can be found rising into the air on thermals. Nearby sit tens of thousands of cars with license plates from as far away as Florida, Tennessee, Colorado, and California, all places where lanternflies have not yet taken hold. Spotted lanternfly nymphs can walk far distances in search of food, expanding the species' range. Alamy. Yet if even one egg mass gets laid on a car destined for a faraway state, it could kickstart an entirely new wave of spotted lanternfly invasion. Perhaps this time in Napa Valley or the Finger Lakes, where wineries are already on high alert for the vine-sucking insects. The chances are small, but the stakes are enormous. Fortunately, Duens is just one of many scientists looking for ways to fight back against this new, prolific invader. To see where things stand, I had to go back to where it all began. It's a trap. If the lanternfly invasion were an earthquake, Berks County would be its epicenter. Just short of a 2-hour drive from Philadelphia, the people who live here have already seen the worst of it. When you see the sky filled with them, it's like a biblical plague, says Brian Walsh, a Penn State Extension educator, as he pulls off strips of sticky tape from a stand of Tree of Heaven near the Burnville sewage treatment plant. Learn more about the impacts of invasive species. Every weekday, Walsh travels across southeastern Pennsylvania to set an ever-evolving array of traps for the spotted lanternfly, experimenting to see which kind are most effective against the insect while also least damaging to native species. Spotted lanternflies have established populations in 14 states, including New York. Because lanternflies are drawn to tall objects, where the wind can carry them more easily, the insects climb up everything from tree trunks to telephone poles to skyscrapers, making them highly vulnerable to sticky traps. When it comes to the nymphs, just on these 27 to 29 trees here, it's not uncommon to see over 10,000 caught each week, says Walsh, who has sandy brown dreadlocks and a bushy beard.